So we know each other, Mayor, and I want to thank you for sitting with us to do this interview. I would appreciate it if you'd introduce yourself and a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Mayor Tom Westmoreland, and been mayor for, 5.5 years now, something like that. I was on the city council for 4 years prior, and have lived in Eagle Mountain since 2008. So my background is marketing and business development. I had the good fortune of growing up in Lake Tahoe, and that shaped a lot of my perspective about nature and wildlife. And thanks for having me here. We could probably do a regular show. We could call it Mayor and the Mayor.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That is right.
I never try to usurp your title, but often when I introduce myself, they're like,
just-
I didn't know.
Yeah, I need to start sending the complaints your
There you
way.
go.
So yeah.
I don't think I could handle it as well as you do, though. Okay, so we prepared some questions for you to answer.
Yes.
The first one of these is, how important do you believe native open space and wildlife are to the residents of Eagle Mountain? And please, if you would, explain why you feel this way.
Sure. Every time I talk to someone that lives here, why they moved here, there's just a really short list of reasons why. And that is consistently one of the reasons that people cite is, they like the open space. They like the views. They like the feel of being connected with nature, that small town feel in a big city. Which we think is a pretty cool thing, that we've been able to maintain the feel, even though we're the fourth largest city in Utah County. So we hear that from people all the time, and in every survey that the city does, that is mentioned as well. So in fact, all the time I was on council, people kept bringing that up. What are we going to do to protect the open space? And every time I inquired on, what can we do? The answers I usually got were, well, there's really not much we can do. And just shortly before I even became mayor, transitioning into office, I thought, well, we ought to at least try. And then we can say, look, we gave it our best shot, and we just couldn't make it happen. However, began talking to the landowners and developers, and let me maybe back up a little bit. We reached out to other cities, and other cities hadn't been able to do it either.
Right.
So we reached out to Department of Natural Resources to get their input and just kind of shape this perspective. And I ended up mostly relying on my sales marketing background, and went to the landowners and said, I know this is a big ask. We're asking a lot of you, but wouldn't it be great if we could preserve this land and all the wildlife in there, for the wildlife and for outdoor recreation? And those were not always comfortable conversations.
I can imagine.
But in the end, the vast majority said, you know what, you are right. Let's do this. And because one thing we knew, we weren't going to take the land. We weren't going to eminent domain it, right? So we had to have this cooperative partnership, and the more the more residents got involved, the more we were able to make progress. The more people caught the vision, and we even had some landowners that said, not only that, but here's a little more, because we really want this to happen. So it's popular for everyone. Now, it's not always popular when you're trying to get the work done,
Right.
But the concept, everyone loves.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job of summarizing the background. I appreciate that answer.